CES this year expected over 170,000 attendees, and it was spread out over 11 different venues. I fought through the crowds to get you as many highlights as possible in this video. Before the actual expo started, there were talks for the media to attend. This one was called 2020 Tech Trends to Watch.
Augmented reality content is actually expected to surpass that of virtual reality. And also the form factors from AR has changed. So nowadays, the new AR glasses are taking a real sleek change in view from what we've seen in the past.
Several years ago, we started to see this undercurrent of innovation addressing more what was described back then and still today as social robots. These products have really struggled to find a marketplace. So some of the early movers in that space have unfortunately gone out of business.
Here's another slide from that same presentation. This one had to do with television sizes. It turns out consumers continually demand larger and larger screen sizes in American households. 8K TVs were definitely a theme of CES 2020. They were everywhere I turned around. But the technology used to build most of these were things like micro LEDs, which compared to alternatives are not energy efficient, they're not cost efficient, and they also tend to blast users with more radiation than is otherwise needed. So considering this growing screen size trend, a better platform option would be something like a projector-based system, as we saw in Hisense's keynote. They were showing off their laser projector TVs. However, for consumers who may actually consider buying Samsung's 292-inch micro-LED display called the Wall, they probably don't really care about any of that stuff. Another show before the show was CES Unveiled, and I happened to run into part of the team from Core. Later this month on SolidSmack, there will be a behind the design on the exact device that they were showing off at this show, so keep your eyes peeled. This thing is a meditation trainer device and incorporates real biometric feedback, and I ran into it a second time at the CES Innovation Award Showcase. Okay, now back to CES Unveiled.
We are making haptic feedback.
It's crazy! Every single different scale you can feel. But you just told me that this is not making the entire phone move. It's only making wherever my finger is.
Just under your finger to really feel what you have. The rest of the mobile is really steady and does not move. It's really, the waves are concentrated under your fingers, and then you will feel whatever you want. A scale, a button, a rolling wheel, whatever you want.
They can go to this website?
Yes.
To find out more? Okay, cool.
So this product is a smart light for bicycle and new mobility, scooter and everything. So with the remote control, you can have the turn signals. You also you can change your ignition mode with this button, with the warning mode, the position lights.
The warning that warns drivers behind you?
Yeah, if there's something happens or anything. Or if you're at the side of the road, just to say, I'm here.
Oh, like hazard blinking lights on a car.
Exactly,
Cool.
exactly. And you also have full detection. So you can pre-register 3 emergency contact on your application. When you fall, the 3 contact will receive a text message.
So it can tell when you're falling?
Yes. Also can share your ride. I don't know, for example, a child who wants to go on his own to school. He can share the ride with his mom or his father, and then they will know where he is.
Or if he went to the candy shop instead.
Exactly. They will know.
What's your website?
It's cosmoconnected.com.
Wow. So you have a flexible battery.
Yeah. So it's flexible and also has high density to power wearable devices. You can imagine actually anything we can. So including smartwatches and neckband type or your mask or headset, and even iPhone we can power them.
An iPhone?
Yeah, iPhone. This Bluetooth headset also powered by our own batteries.
Oh wow, cool.
I'm not sure, maybe this one or this one, right here. So you can search Libes and YouTube, then you can see this video.
AMD had one of the more anticipated keynotes of CES 2020, and they delivered. There are new mobile and desktop processors.
And what we've done with the 3rd Gen Ryzen and the Ryzen 4000 series is we've created just that jump. And it is significantly higher on graphics performance. So when I say it's simply the best laptop processor that's been built, I think I've shown it in these numbers.
And there was also, of course, the Threadripper 3990X, which got announced with its 64 cores and 128 threads. And thank goodness it's here, because how else are we all going to make content for 8K 200+ inch screens? Immediately following AMD's keynote was Intel's, and it was impossible not to compare. The impression it left on spectators looked a lot like this. To cover more ground, I enlisted the help of some other tech nerds who would be checking out the Expo through different lenses. Here are their takeaways.
I'm Philip, CEO and founder of MicMe. So MicMe is a wireless microphone for your smartphone.
Okay, so you're an audio guy.
Kind of.
But what were your highlights from CES?
Yeah, I've not seen anything interesting for audio, unfortunately. It's just my first day, so maybe we see something tomorrow, but I saw something different.
What's that?
You should look at the Neon. It's the first artificial person. So there's a screen, they have a booth with 20 screens. We see persons talking, and they actually look like real persons. And there's nothing which describes what it actually is. There's just persons standing in screens. And I looked it up on the website, and it's artificial persons, so they're completely rendered by a computer. So you have to build your personal. It sounds weird now, but you have to see it proof. It was like, it looked like real persons who have been videotaped.
Anthony, you are a resident audio expert, at least my resident audio expert. When I need to get an audio opinion, what have you seen so far at CES 2020?
Sure, yeah.
Founder of Hook Audio, by the way.
Founder of Hook Audio, we make these, the Verse. They are wireless binaural recording Bluetooth headphones. In terms of audio trends, I was pretty surprised. You know, we were meeting with a lot of manufacturers because we're working on another product right now. I was super surprised to find how many manufacturers were advertising themselves as we are the TWS true wireless specialty manufacturers. Philippe was mentioning over the years of CES, only less than 5 years ago, you might have seen 2 or 3 people making true wireless headphones. Now you're seeing over 500. Shure does have these new pair of true wireless earphones, which are really kind of nice. They're classic sort of form factor of their earbud and how it wraps behind the ear. They've done a true wireless. There's sort of a module behind. What I did like about them is they're IPX certified. They're really durable. They're really malleable. There's a nice like button on the back. They use the Shure, you know, like isolating earbud, so it's really secure. They just look nice for a true wireless.
Logitech had something interesting, or no?
Yeah, it's interesting to see Logitech focusing totally on like streaming, like all of their like desktop mics or any type of like they seem to be fully in on streaming. They recently purchased Streamlabs, right? Streamlabs. It seems like they're there. I mean, Logitech now owns Blue Microphones, Ultimate Ears, Streamlabs. You know, it's sort of focusing around this like streaming platform. You can see right outside their booth, there's like a permanent desk where someone is like streaming the whole time. So it's an interesting approach they're taking.
This is Anthony Schwartz of Murata Electronics, and he's going to give us the lowdown on the automotive side of CES.
Day 2 at CES, walking around kind of getting an impression on what's going on in the automotive industry. I think one of the more interesting things is the types of players that we're seeing in the automotive space. One of them being Sony. Yesterday during your keynote, just unannounced, didn't tell anyone about it, they brought out their car. If you look at some of the traditional players that are currently software or retail, Amazon and AWS is a big presence here. They're showcasing one of the Rivian trucks. So Rivian, their headquarters in Plymouth, big design centers in northern and southern California. They have their full electric R1T and R1S truck and SUV. Amazon has become partners with them, and now you can sit inside your Rivian and say, Alexa, turn the air conditioning on. Alexa, open the tailgate, and your car is enabled. If you go and you look at what Jeep's doing, you look at some of their classic Wrangler and the Renegade and all this. every Jeep's got the 4x4 logo on the back. All the new ones that are out there now are 4xe. So they're releasing all new plug-in hybrid electric Jeeps. Companies that are seen more as rugged and utility kind of weekend vehicles are now getting kind of the electric treatment. So Ford, just maybe 2 months ago, released their Mach-E, which is their new Mustang. Fully electric. I'm not 100% happy with the actual. It's not a Mustang. You look at it, it's a compact SUV. Kind of has like an Infiniti look to it, but it does have the Mustang branding logo on it. And I think that's kind of a little bit of a shift that you're seeing at Ford, where they still have some of their larger vehicles, but a lot of their mid-size and other vehicles they're kind of moving away from. So they're decided to keep the whole Mustang sports car branding and put that as kind of the face for their electric sports car. The other interesting thing that we saw over at Nissan is they're advertising their Pro Pilot. So it's their kind of level 3 autonomous driving system that they have. So the way that they showcased it was with a golf ball that puts itself. So you literally hit the ball 2 feet, the ball takes over and drives itself right to the hole. So it doesn't matter where you hit. You're on a huge putting green, you just tap it, that ball will end up in the hole.
That's the kind of golf you have to do.
Yeah, I need to send it to my dad. Tell him he needs to buy the Pro Pilot from Nissan. We talked about some of the Chinese OEMs. Probably the most interesting one is they call They have most of their actual vehicle design in ADAS in Santa Clara, California, kind of the Bay Area. So they have their M-Light and K-Light on their two vehicles. So they will be going into mass production first in China, and then rolling that out to Europe and also the United States. And then the interesting thing is next year, 2021, we'll actually see car dealerships selling bikes in the United States. So having these kind of originally started companies that do very well, Neo and Biden, now starting to actually move and look to that US market for pure electric vehicles. So most of their cars that they're targeting are kind of the smaller compact SUVs, but at a much lower price point than a Tesla, for sure. Another interesting thing, you see, it's hard to miss, but the huge, basically manned drone. It looks exactly like a drone, except it's massive. But Uber's master, Uber's plan to do is all from your phone, from your app. If you need to go from A to B, you can walk outside, get on a Uber scooter, take that to an area, get into the Uber car. Uber car will take you to these helipads, get into the Uber Air, take your Uber Air maybe to the airport if you're going from downtown New York to Manhattan or trying to get to different spots. Everything can be done directly from your phone itself. John Deere is there, a bunch of autonomous tractors. It's interesting to see a company like John Deere at CES. They brought one of their massive crop sprayer devices here and have corn and how they're doing efficiency. I think the whole idea is, let's say you're going through and you're putting seed down. If you circle back and you drive over that exact same piece of land again, the vehicle will know, I already seeded here, and it will turn off the sprayers on one side, and so you don't waste any of the seeds. So it's all about efficiency and crop yields for John Deere.
And here's some of the things I picked up on, starting with trends. Smart home, all the things. There were rows and rows and rows of IoT connected household type devices. Holographic type displays and graphics were everywhere, so you can just stop making those. Another thing you can stop making is anything that makes a drink. So we already had coffee, and now we have devices to make cocktails, matcha, and baby formula. And here's the stuff that caught my eye for one reason or another. Hyperfine built a portable MRI machine. That's amazing.
The fabric goes in and it's closing up.
And that could be
without doing anything by hand.
that could be a flexible circuit. It could be a sensor. It could be anything.
Stoll had a machine on display that could insert components that were hard into a textile as it was being knit, like sensors or other electronics. Toyota Gosei had their super thin, super flexible e-rubber on display. This was a material that could be used to build soft sensors or soft actuators. In one of the demos, sensations felt on one person's fingertips could be transferred to a totally different person's fingertips. It was weird. Brainco had a racetrack where participants used their powers of concentration and nothing else to move the cars.
Ask me that when my shift is over. State of mind. In a can. Behold!
Coca-Cola teamed up with Amazon's Alexa to sneak in their brand new energy drink under the guise of something high-tech. Well done. And then there was Lovett, one of those aforementioned types of robots that aren't built to perform any meaningful task. And in that regard, it's much like a real cat. I'd often heard startups complain that they don't get a lot of love down in that basement in Eureka Park at CES, so I made sure to stop by.
And you're making a glass 3D printer?
Yes, we are, and we are. Okay, so we made the glass filament, one with the crystal, and one with the lithium disilicate. Yeah, obviously we could put any color we want. Also, we could apply with this to the dentistry industry.
Yeah.
So that, as you can see in a picture here, obviously it's way better on the details of the color, the density, even in the prices.
Very cool. And you're going to be on Kickstarter?
Yeah, we'll be on the Kickstarter probably around April or May.
We're Plasmics, and we're showing a multi-material 3D printer that takes in up to 9 different materials. We have toolboxes in the back. You see 3 installed at the moment, where you have different materials, and the tool is attached to the toolbox. It's getting fed in a tool holder, which can hold up to 3 different materials at one go. And it changes between materials in a very fast way.
So you don't have to physically go in there and change the tool yourself. This does it automatically.
It's completely automatically during the print, and you can combine different materials, soft materials for example, hard materials, carbon reinforced materials, and all in one part. You can make very complex parts, functional parts that require no assembly. We have regular plastic like ABS, we have soft plastics like TPU, we have nylon, and we have reinforced material with carbon or glass fiber. For that we use a special kind of nozzle with a coating on the inside, which is very resistant against abrasion. We have a print sheet of the build space. You can make really big parts, up to 40 centimeters.
And this machine itself is called SAM, you said?
Yes. It's smart additive manufacturing. Another feature we have here is machine learning. We photograph each and every layer of the product to make sure to look for imperfections, tweak the parameters as you go, and also give manufacturers the possibility to have a quality assurance during the print.
Where can we find this?
We're gonna ship end of 2020 to US. The website is plasmics.com, plasmics.com.
Hi, my name is Mario, and I'm from the Arable startup from Croatia, and we're building the first smart gaming tanks.
What's the name of the company?
Iron Bull.
Iron Bull.
Yeah. Iron Bull is a synonym for the tanks in the World War II. This is a model of the tanks in World War II. Basically, a tank operated by 2 players. One is a gunner who controls the turret. Camera from a turret goes directly to his screen over there, and the other one is his driver. Camera from the body to his screen. He shoots small plastic bullets, soft bullets, yeah. And has a network of sensors to detect the hits from the other tanks. So basically, what you got is a bunch of people communicating together, making a strong team while playing fun games.
So it's like paintball, but with remote-controlled
something
tanks.
similar. There is a website, you can check us out on the Iron Bull tanks.
Ironbull-tanks.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Instagram Iron Bull tanks.
Wait, what did you change since the last time we saw this?
Almost everything.
Everything? Everything's different?
We have a new software, we have a new hardware, we have another sensors, new sensors. Everything is absolutely different.
Move is a company based in the Czech Republic, but I just keep running into them everywhere I go around the world. They hustle really hard. They've developed a thin, flexible sensor that right now they're trying to put in insoles as the first product. And I've been able to watch their physical product development progress through many, many months. And at this point at CES, their thing, it looked like a real product. I am really excited for them.
Cool. You got these connectors in here, which is so weird to see on a shoe component.
It's by Bluetooth. Yeah. This is for charging.
Yeah.
And by Bluetooth is connected with your cell phone.
Very cool. Awesome. Thanks. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you very much.
What does this thing do?
So it's a home security system.
How does it work?
The drone is essentially a flying security camera. The whole system works together with these garden lights. They look like garden lights, they are garden lights, but they're really smart sensors.
Surprise!
Yeah, you place them around the property and they track activity on your property. They can distinguish between animals, humans, and cars.
Wow.
And then when something unusual is detected on the property, the drone takes off, flies to where it needs to be, sends you back a live video feed of what's happening in the property to your cell phone or any other mobile device. Once it's done, the drone finds its own home, lands itself, the roof closes, the drone charges itself.
Oh, wow.
And that's it. We have a few other features. We have property sweeps that one can set up, sort of predefined like sweeps around your property. You know, maybe you're at CES and you want to see what your house looks like. Push of a button, you get to see live video stream from your house, you get to see it from all sides. When it's done, it lights itself again.
Is it for sale already?
We're taking pre-orders right now. We're going to be shipping later this year.
And what's the website?
Sunflower-labs.com.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go take a nap now. But if you want to check out the full article on SolidSmack.com, there will be more details and links as always. Thank you for watching.